Hey guys, it's Esp here, and today we're going to be talking about game-related news that's been happening this week. It's been a crazy start to the new year with stories like Elon trying to fool the internet into believing he's a god gamer, and people going absolutely feral for Pokemon cards. So make sure you stick around to hear the full story. For Classic Anniversary Realms, Phase 2 updates saw the PvP Battlegrounds finally released, however they were shut down after only about an hour of being live, as players were met versing players from the season of Discovery Realms. Blizzard caught on to this pretty quickly, but to put it into perspective, not only were they versing characters who have had over a year to gear up, but they also had access to runes which makes their characters significantly more powerful and different to play, so these new players were getting absolutely shredded. But also the idea of joining the battleground on classic servers and immediately seeing weird things like tank warlocks and healing mages is pretty funny to me. The Phase 2 update also brought 2 world bosses in the Diamond dungeon, which sparked its own drama with a hardcore streamer guild called OnlyFangs. A popular streamer slash YouTuber called Pirate Software has been under the fire lately as he made some questionable decisions in the new dungeon that released, which caused 2 max level characters to die on hardcore. Now, if you know nothing about hardcore WoW, that essentially means those players can never resurrect unless they transfer them to another server. But in doing so means they lose access to their bank and can no longer join the guild and activities on those characters anymore. Essentially, it's a really big deal. Now, it's hard to say if he really would have saved anything if he stayed to help, but most of the drama would have gone away if he just admitted he freaked out and simply apologized for not trying more to help. Anyway, as a result of all this drama though, it did cause Twitch views for World of Warcraft to peak at 430k views, overtaking games such as Valorant, Counter-Strike, and Fortnite, as people tuned in to view some of the biggest WoW drama that we've seen in forever. In other news, Dragon Age's director leaves BioWare after not even 3 months of the game being released. Corinne Boucher stated her departure was apparently unrelated to the performance of the game's sales, whilst BioWare has stated they're not planning on making DLC for Dragon Age Veilguard, and are instead on focusing efforts towards making the next Mass Effect title. On the other hand, PlayStation cancels another project, bringing the total number of axed products to 11 in the last 3 years. Codename Project H, the prospective Horizon MMORPG, has been cancelled following a viability review from PlayStation. The project had supposedly been in development since at least 2022 by the developers over at NCSoft. This news was around the same time 2 other live service projects were cancelled, such as the God of War multiplayer game and an untitled project from Bend Studio. This just adds to the long list of live service games Sony has axed in the last few years, including Concord. The latest products for the Pokemon card game released this week, and to say people went crazy for these things is an understatement. Aside from the scalpers buying out the pre-order sales in mere minutes and listing them for exorbitant prices. When the 151 Blooming Waters set finally officially released in stores, people went absolutely feral trying to buy this set of Pokemon cards. Although they set a limit of 2 per customer at Costco, literally no one could give less of a shit, as you see people literally fighting over how many boxes they can snag. One shopper can even be seen falling over it, and instead of people helping them up, they're just yoinking the boxes they dropped while they're down. There's some seriously crazy shit on Twitter if you want to see some videos. After a hilarious yet embarrassing showcase of Elon trying to stream himself playing what he claimed was his level 97 hardcore Path of Exile 2 character, it was blatantly obvious he had no idea what he was doing. Things that you learn in the tutorial, such as how to pick up loot, he couldn't even manage to do on this supposedly rank 9 leaderboard character, and it was incredibly obvious to everyone that Elon had obviously paid someone to boost his account. After the streaming showcase, however, popular YouTuber and streamer Asmongold tried to challenge Elon Musk by proclaiming he would stream on X for a whole year if Elon could prove that he wasn't paying people to play for him.
If Elon Musk can prove that he played this account to 97, I will stream on X starting the day that he proves it for an entire year straight, every single stream that I do.
Instead of meeting this challenge, Elon instead leaked the private messages between them and revoked his blue checkmark. As backlash, however, people quickly community noted Elon's post to set things straight, and after all that, Musk finally admitted to paying people to boost his account and quoted, "It was the only way to beat the players in Asia." Okay, dude.
Okay.
Now old school Runescape is being review bombed by angry players after the recent membership controversy. The reviews have left the game at overwhelmingly negative on Steam as players protest the latest membership survey, stating corporate greed and price gouging being their reasoning. Jagex, the company behind the game, has apparently got plans to try to charge players more whilst giving them less, and the players are not having it. Angry players have also been seen protesting in other ways by cancelling their memberships and holding massive in-game riots in major cities in the game. Only time will tell if they actually go through with these changes or not, though. A crazy story in Marvel Rivals. A player has successfully gotten to Grandmaster rank 3 whilst doing 0 damage and having exactly 0 kills over 108 matches. The player known as No Damage Rocket played exclusively Rocket Raccoon and lived out his healing bot fantasy to prove if you know what you're doing, you can pull off some crazy shit to win in Marvel Rivals. And some new portal tech dropped this week, with a crafty player finding a new way to use Doctor Strange's portals by aiming them at the sun to blind the enemy team, making it painful for the enemy Hawkeye to try to snipe some shots.
What the f***? I can't see! What is that? What is this?
And that just about wraps up the crazy shit that's been happening over the last week or so. If you're still here, consider dropping a like and hitting subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Is there anything you've heard about this week that I didn't talk about? Let me know in the comments. And remember, absolutely no one needs to buy that many Pokemon cards. See you in the next one. Bye. But to put it into perspective, oh my god. Updates, fixes, and rewards for you have been eagerly. Boucher stated her departure was. Corinne Boucher started. Oh my god. Corinne Boucher stated. After this streaming showcase, however, Asmongold